Good afternoon, everybody. This is Talking Tom here. And I want to thank you for tuning into this video today. Today, December 12th, 2023, would have been the day that former Price is Right host Bob Barker would have reached 100 years old. You know, when I heard the news about Bob Barker's passing on August 26, 2023, I was in shock because I was really excited that Bob Barker was going to turn 100 years old this year. And I'm sorry to hear that he had died of complications of Alzheimer's disease. But you know, Bob had lived a great life. And Bob, we had not forgotten you. You are forever in our hearts. Thank you for the entertainment that you've provided us over the years. Thank you for your love and support for all the animals. And thank you for your kindness and courtesy. Happy birthday, Bob. We miss you. You were a great TV legend. And may you rest in peace. And today, I would like to share with you my favorite Bob Barker memory. I want to talk about the Joy Herrera episode of The Price is Right, where she made an episode incredibly exciting during the game of 10 chances, which left Bob Barker exhausted and amazed in this incredible game. You've used the one twice, over and over. So Joy had a chance to win a Ford Fusion. And before she played for the Ford Fusion, she had a chance to win a toaster. And the numbers for the toaster were 5, 0, and 8. And out of the three numbers, Joy had to use two of the numbers. The first number that she wrote was $50. And then Bob pressed the button for chance number 1. And then it was wrong. So now she moves on to chance number 2. And the second price that she wrote was $58. And then Bob pressed the button for chance number 2. And that too was wrong. And then she moves on to chance number 3, and then writes down a price of $80. And then Bob pressed the button for chance number 3, and she was right. So she won a toaster. And now she has 7 chances to go. And the second prize for chance number 4 is luggage. And the numbers for the price of the luggage were 3, 8, 0, and 5. And out of those 4 numbers, Joy had to use 3 of the numbers. And then for chance number 4, she writes down a price of $850. And then Bob presses the button for chance number 4, and Joy was wrong. And then Joy moves on to chance number 5. And then she starts to write down $853. And before Bob presses the button, she crosses off $853. And then Joy looks to the audience for some help. And then Bob yells, "Go, Joy, go, you're going to lose your turn." Because back in the day, Bob would tell the contestants that they had 10 seconds to write. Otherwise, they were going to lose a turn or lose their chance on writing, and then would have to go on to the next chance. And then Joy writes down a price of $805. Bob presses the button for chance number 5, and Joy was wrong. And then Bob looks to the audience and says, help her audience. And then Joy writes down a price of $583. And then Bob presses the button for chance number 6. And $583 was also wrong. So now Joy is at chance number 7. And then she writes down a price of $580. And then Bob presses the button for chance number 7. And Joy was correct. The price of the luggage was $580. So now it is 7 chances down and only 3 more chances to go to win a Ford Fusion. And then here are the numbers for the price of the car. 3, 1, 0, 2, and 9. And out of those 5 numbers, Joy had to use all 5 numbers. And then after Bob showed her the numbers, Bob is like, "Go, Joy, go!" And then Joy writes down for chance number 8, 19. So Joy was using the 1 as the first digit, and then the 9 as the second digit. And then Bob says, 19,000 what? 19,000 what? And then she writes the rest of the price, $19,130. And then Bob tells Joy that she's used the 1 twice, and that she cannot do that. And then she crosses off the second 1 right there. And then Bob didn't understand what she was trying to write down. And then he says, "Please tell me what this is." And then Joy rewrites the price. And then she writes down 1930. But then Bob tells her 5 numbers. And that she wrote down 1930. And then she's added the 2 at the end to make it a price of $19,302. And then Bob presses the button for chance number 8. And Joy was wrong. And now Joy moves on to chance number 9. And then Bob says, "Let's go." And then Bob tells Joy that she was going to lose her turn if she did not write. And then at the start for chance number 9, she writes down 13,000. And then she changes the 3 into a 9 to make it 19,000. And then she writes the 1 again for the third digit. And then Bob tells her that she's used the 1 twice. And then changes it into a 2 for the third digit. And then writes down 13 at the end. And now the price says $19,213. And then Bob tells her that she's used the 1 for the fourth digit twice. And then Joy changes the 1 for the fourth digit for a 0. And now the price says $19,203. And before Bob could press the button for chance number 9, he points to the 5 numbers on top, 3, 1, 0, 2, and 9, and tells Joy, "Here are the 5 numbers." And then Joy starts off by writing 13,000 again, and then again changes the 3 into a 9 to make it 19,000. And then she writes the 0 as the third digit, and then the 1 as the fourth digit, which causes Bob to say, "You've used the 1 twice." And then Joy crosses off that number, and then she looks to the audience, and some of them were saying 21, meaning 21,000. And then Joy writes down a price of $19,021. And then after Joy writes down a price of $19,021, Bob grew exhausted and yells, "You've used the 1 twice, Joy!" And then she changes the 1 at the end into a 3. So now it is $19,023. And before Bob could press the button again, he was getting confused and frustrated and asks Joy, "What do you want to write down?" And it asks if she wanted to write down 19,000. So she does. So Joy uses the top of the paper, or the top of the card, because this card was literally running out of room for writing. Okay. So Joy writes down 19,000. The 1 as the first digit, and then the 9 as the second digit. So the numbers 1 and 9 are done. And the numbers that remain are 3, 0, and 2. And then Joy writes down the 3 as the third digit, the number 2 as the fourth digit, and then the number 0 as the fifth and last digit. So now the price is $19,320. And then the crowd applauded. And now Bob can finally press the button for chance number 9. And that price was wrong. And now Joy was in her 10th and final chance. And then for this one, she writes down 21,000. All right, so now the numbers 1 and 2 are done. And all she has remaining are 3, 0, and 9. And then she writes down the 3 as the third digit, the number 9 as the fourth digit, and then the number 0 as the last one. And the price reads $21,390. And Bob presses the button for chance number 10. And then Bob was ready to say no, but then they showed the price of $21,390. And then Bob is like, "You've won?" And then Joy starts to celebrate, and the crowd was cheering. And then Bob, having grown tired of all of this, decides to sit down. And then he mouths the words, "I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that happened. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it." And then he goes to the microphone and says, "Never." And then he didn't know what else to say. And then looks to the camera and tells the viewers, "We'll be back after these words." And then cuts to a commercial break. So that was my favorite Bob Barker moment. Joy playing 10 chances and then winning, and leaving Bob Barker exhausted. Alright, well thank you guys for tuning in. And once again, happy 100th birthday to the late Bob Barker. And I'm going to say this. This is Talking Tom reminding you, help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in.